At the heart of American identity lies a figure as iconic as the bald eagle, the cowboy. Their silhouette, stark against the vast western horizon, evokes a legacy of resilience, hard work, and a deep connection to the land. This legacy isn't a relic of the past. It lives and breathes on colossal cattle ranches spanning millions of acres across the country. These aren't mere farms. They are empires forged over generations, often from the tenacity of pioneers who saw promise in untamed lands. Today, we embark on a journey to explore these ranching giants, authentic kingdoms that not only shape the nation's agricultural economy but also preserve an invaluable cultural heritage. From the arid plains of Texas to the rugged landscapes of New Mexico and Arizona, we'll discover the stories, innovations, and sheer scale of the 10 largest cattle ranches in the United States, each a living testament to the grandeur of the Western spirit. King Ranch, Texas. The King Ranch, located in the vast and enigmatic South Texas, is an entity whose scale defies imagination and whose history is deeply intertwined with the fabric of Texan identity. Founded in 1853 by Captain Richard King, a visionary riverboat pilot, this colossus is not merely a property but an empire in itself, spanning approximately 825,000 acres. To put it in perspective, this expanse is larger than the entire land area of the state of Rhode Island, a magnitude that underscores the ambition and vision of its founder. The genesis of the King Ranch dates back to an expedition where Captain King, a man of acute insight and a deep appreciation for the land, was captivated by the immensity and promise of the vast plains along the Santa Gertrudis Creek. What was initially a modest land acquisition, driven by the intuition of a man who recognized the region's potential, has transformed, over more than a century and a half, into a diversified emporium that has left an indelible mark on the economic and cultural history of the United States. The legacy of the King Ranch is particularly prominent in the field of cattle ranching, where it achieved global recognition for pioneering the development of the Santa Gertrudis cattle breed. This is no small feat. The Santa Gertrudis was the first beef cattle breed created in the United States, a testament to the innovative spirit and dedication to excellence that characterized the ranch. The creation of this breed was the result of a meticulous and strategic crossbreeding program, combining the resilience and adaptability of Brahman bulls with the meat quality of shorthorn cows. The result was a robust animal, perfectly adapted to the challenging climatic conditions of South Texas, capable of thriving in scorching heat and resisting pests that decimated other breeds. This zootechnical innovation not only benefited the King Ranch but revolutionized the cattle industry nationally and internationally. But the vision of the King Ranch was never limited exclusively to cattle breeding. Over time, its operations expanded into large-scale agriculture, leveraging the fertility of its extensive lands. Fields stretching as far as the eye can see are cultivated with cotton, a pillar of the southern economy, as well as various grains and citrus fruits, further diversifying its revenue streams and demonstrating once again the adaptability and long-term vision of its administrators. In addition to ranching and agriculture, the ranch's fortune was magnified by a geological stroke of luck, the discovery of vast oil and gas deposits beneath its surface. Royalties generated from the extraction of these natural resources have become a fundamental source of income, solidifying the ranch's financial stability and enabling future investments and expansions. This discovery transformed the economic dynamics of the King Ranch, adding a layer of prosperity that distinguishes it from most rural operations. The influence of the King Ranch, however, transcends the purely agricultural and energy sectors. It has become a true emblem of Texan heritage, a symbol of resilience, hard work, and a deep connection to the land. Its name evokes images of vast landscapes, imposing cattle, and a history rich in tradition. This cultural resonance is so profound that it has led to iconic collaborations, such as the one established with the Ford Motor Company. The line of luxury trucks, the Ford King Ranch Edition, are not just vehicles. They are a tangible manifestation of the robustness, style, and reliability that the King Ranch name represents. These trucks, with their premium leather interiors and imposing design, seek to capture the essence of the ranch, offering their owners a piece of the Texan legend. Thus, the King Ranch, from a modest beginning on the banks of a creek, has grown to become a titan that not only shapes the landscape but also the culture and collective imagination of South Texas. Singleton Ranches, Nuevo Mexico, Y, California. Founded in 1986 by the visionary Dr. Henry Singleton, a renowned engineer and entrepreneur, Singleton Ranches stands as one of the most extensive and significant ranching operations in the United States. Spanning an impressive more than 1.1 million acres, strategically distributed between the states of New Mexico and California, these ranches consistently rank among the top 5 in the country, both for their vast surface area and the considerable number of cattle they house. Dr. Singleton's profound passion for the land and ranching was the driving force that led him to acquire a series of historic ranches, assembling over time a true mosaic of landscapes. This diverse collection not only represents the natural magnificence of the Southwest, but also encapsulates the rich history and legacy of ranching in the region. Singleton's vision was not merely to acquire land, but to build a ranching empire that honored traditions while embracing modern practices. The core of Singleton Ranch's operations lies in commercial cow-calf breeding. They manage an imposing herd ranging from 12,000 to 15,000 mother cows, a number that underscores the magnitude of their commitment to cattle production. Their strategy focuses on producing high-quality cattle specifically adapted to thrive in the challenging arid and semi-arid conditions characteristic of the region. This involves careful genetic selection and management practices that ensure the health and productivity of the animals in a demanding environment. In addition to their formidable cattle operation, Singleton Ranches maintains a prestigious horse breeding program. This program is recognized for producing exceptional working animals, highly valued for their innate intelligence, proven endurance, and ability to perform effectively in rigorous ranch work. These horses are not only an integral part of daily operations, but also symbolize the spirit of the ranch and the connection to the equestrian traditions of the West. Dr. Singleton's enduring legacy is clearly manifested in the ranch's unwavering commitment to preserving the ranching heritage of the West. Singleton Ranches not only seeks efficiency and productivity but is also dedicated to keeping alive the traditions, techniques, and values that have defined this way of life for generations. They are guardians of a cultural heritage, ensuring that ancestral practices and the cowboy spirit continue to flourish in the 21st century. Briscoe Ranches, Texas. The Briscoe Ranches, encompassing nearly 640,000 acres in South Texas, represent a monumental legacy of one of the state's most influential families. Owned by the family of the late Dolph Briscoe Jr., former governor of Texas, these vast lands are not just a farming operation but a pillar in the economic and political fabric of the region. The history of the Briscoe family is indelibly linked to this land, with generations dedicated to ranching who have forged a rural empire. From their inception, Briscoe Ranch's operations have focused on cattle ranching, an activity they have perfected to adapt to the unique characteristics of South Texas. However, true to the vision of modern large property management, the Briscoes have successfully diversified their interests. Recognizing the inherent wealth of their lands, they have expanded their activities to include oil and gas production. This diversification not only ensures a stronger economic base but also underscores the family's ability to maximize the value of their natural resources, a model that many other large ranches have emulated. The figure of Dolph Briscoe Jr. transcends his role as governor. He was a visionary leader in the agricultural sector, a tireless advocate for innovation and sustainable land management. His influence was felt in every decision, promoting practices that not only guaranteed productivity but also the long-term preservation of resources. This commitment to sustainability and continuous improvement is a hallmark that remains in the operational philosophy of the ranches. Today, the Briscoe Ranches continue to be a testament to the Briscoe family's influence and endurance in Texas. They are much more than a property. They are a symbol of resilience, adaptability, and a deep connection to the land that has nourished this prominent family. Their success is measured not only in acres or heads of cattle but in the lasting impact they have had on the economy, politics, and culture of Texas, demonstrating that a well-founded legacy can thrive through generations, facing challenges and embracing new opportunities, always with the land as its fundamental pillar. Wagoner Estate, Texas. The W.T. Wagoner Estate, founded in 1849, is the largest ranch in the United States enclosed within a single fence, spanning approximately 535,000 acres in northern Texas. For over 165 years, this historic property was a legend of the West, remaining in the hands of the same family. However, in 2016, the ranch changed hands in a monumental sale, acquired by billionaire Stan Kroenke, owner of several professional sports teams, for an estimated $725 million. The Wagoner Ranch's operations are diverse, including cattle ranching, oil production, and a renowned horse breeding program. Historically, the ranch maintained a herd of around 14,000 head of cattle, including cows, calves, and bulls. Currently, although the number has been adjusted to about 7,500 head, ranching remains a fundamental part of its identity and a central pillar of its operation. The ranch's vastness and the diversity of its operations make it an example of the scale and complexity of large agricultural properties in the United States. The history of the Wagoner Ranch is a testament to the perseverance and vision of the founding family, who managed to maintain a property of this magnitude through generations. The transition to Kroenke's ownership marks a new chapter, with the expectation that the ranch will continue its legacy of excellence in land management and livestock production. The purchase by a magnate with interests in other sectors demonstrates the enduring value of these vast tracts of land and their resources, not only for their productive capacity but also for their historical and cultural significance. The impact of a property of this magnitude extends beyond its boundaries, influencing the local economy and the ranching culture of the region. The Wagoner Ranch is not just an expanse of land. It is a symbol of cowboy tradition and the rich heritage of northern Texas. The continuity of its operations under new management ensures that this iconic property will remain a benchmark in the ranching and oil industries. Kroenke's acquisition has injected new dynamism, promising to keep alive the spirit and productivity of one of America's most emblematic ranches. O'Connor Ranches, Texas. The O'Connor Ranches, with a history dating back to the 19th century, perfectly embody the materialization of the American dream through the figure of its founder, the Irish immigrant Thomas O'Connor. Arriving in Texas in search of new opportunities, O'Connor demonstrated exceptional insight and work ethic, allowing him to amass a vast fortune. At his death in 1887, his estate was recognized as the largest individual land and cattle holding in the entire state, historically spanning over 500,000 acres in South Texas. This expanse of land not only represented a cattle empire but also bore witness to the effort and vision of a man who, starting from nothing, built a lasting legacy. The trajectory of the O'Connor Ranches is defined not only by their magnitude, but also by a constant pursuit of innovation and adaptability. They were pioneers in adopting technologies that transformed ranching, notably their early use of barbed wire fences. This seemingly simple invention revolutionized cattle and pasture management, allowing for more efficient herd control and the preservation of natural resources. The O'Connor family's vision in integrating these innovations gave them a competitive edge, positioning them at the forefront of the ranching industry of their time. In addition to their acumen in ranching, the O'Connor family was fortunate that their lands were rich in another invaluable resource: oil. The discovery of deposits on their properties added an additional source of income that further boosted their prosperity and ensured the longevity of the family business. This economic diversification provided them with crucial financial stability, allowing them to navigate periods of difficulty and continue investing in the growth and modernization of their operations. Oil, therefore, not only represented a capital injection but also cemented the foundation for future generations. Over the decades and through successive generations, the O'Connor family has maintained a deep commitment to ranching. This commitment transcends mere business management. It is a dedication to preserving their patriarch's legacy and honoring the tradition of a life tied to the land and cattle. Each new generation has adapted to changing challenges and emerging opportunities, ensuring that the O'Connor Ranches not only survive but thrive in a constantly evolving environment. They have demonstrated a unique ability to balance the preservation of their fundamental values with the need to evolve and adopt new practices, ensuring that Thomas O'Connor's heritage endures as a fundamental pillar in the history of Texas ranching. Their story is a clear example of how vision, innovation, and commitment can forge an empire that transcends time. Nunley Brothers Ranches, Texas. Headquartered in Sabinal, Texas, the Nunley Brothers Ranches are not just an expanse of land, but a living legacy stretching across approximately 301,500 acres. This vast territory encompasses a diversity of landscapes ranging from the rolling South Texas grasslands, through the rugged beauty of the hill country region, to the soaring altitudes surrounding Alpine in the west. This immense geographical footprint is not merely a matter of size, but a testament to the vision and dedication of a family who has cultivated this land and its livestock for over 7 decades. It is an operation rooted in history and tradition, a family saga that has withstood the test of time, adapting to challenges and celebrating triumphs with a consistency rarely seen in the dynamic world of modern ranching. For more than 70 years, the management of this vast enterprise has remained firmly in the hands of the same family, a continuity that is a true testament to their unwavering dedication and deep passion for ranching. This longevity is not a mere accident. It is the result of a generational commitment to the land, to the cattle, and to the principles that underpin a successful and sustainable ranching operation. The primary focus of the Nunley brothers has been the breeding of Santa Gertrudis cattle, a breed they have chosen with discernment and conviction. This choice is not arbitrary. The family values Santa Gertrudis for their proven profitability and exceptional efficiency, qualities that make them especially suited to thrive in the demanding environmental conditions of South Texas. They have witnessed, firsthand, how this breed can consistently and profitably convert ranch resources into high-quality beef production. The Nunley family takes immense pride in continuing and preserving the practices and values that were so wisely instilled by their revered grandfather, Red Nunley. It was Red who, with his vision and tireless work, laid the solid foundations upon which the current success of the ranches has been built and prospered. His legacy is not just a memory, but an active guide, a philosophy that permeates every decision and action taken on the ranches today. The core philosophy of the Nunley brothers, inherited directly from Red's experience and wisdom, centers on maximizing productivity. This goal is achieved not through shortcuts, but through a meticulous combination of careful genetic selection and expert livestock management. Genetic selection is a rigorous and continuous process, where each animal is evaluated for its desirable traits, ensuring that only the strongest, healthiest, and most productive specimens contribute to future generations of the herd. This focus on genetics is not only to improve the quality of the cattle, but also to enhance their resilience and adaptability to changing conditions. In parallel, expert livestock management is a science and an art in itself, encompassing everything from nutrition and animal health to pasture management and cattle rotation. Every aspect of the animals' lives is managed with meticulous attention to ensure their well-being and optimal performance. This unwavering dedication to these fundamental practices is not just a business strategy. It is a profound investment in the future. It is the guarantee that the Nunley brothers' operation will not only endure, but continue to thrive for generations to come, keeping alive a family tradition that is as robust and deeply rooted as the Texas oaks themselves. 4 Sixes, 6666, Ranch, Texas. The vast and legendary 6666 Ranch, often called simply the 4 Sixes Ranch, stands as a monument to Texas ranching history, an emblem forged in 1870 by the visionary rancher Samuel Burke Burnett. Its name, steeped in Western folklore, is said to come from a poker hand that brought Burnett fortune, an origin as picturesque as the ranch itself. Spanning approximately 266,000 acres across King, Carson, and Hutchinson counties, the 4 Sixes is not just a property but an empire that has dictated the pace of ranching and horse breeding for over a century and a half. The 6,666 reputation is synonymous with excellence, a brand crafted by generations of dedication to cattle and equine breeding. As a beef cattle ranch, it houses an impressive herd ranging between 4,000 and 4,300 cows, a figure that underscores the magnitude of its operations. But its influence extends beyond meat production. The ranch is a hotbed for some of the nation's most outstanding working horses, specimens that combine speed, agility, and innate intelligence, characteristics that make them indispensable for ranching tasks. These horses are not only a vital part of the ranch's machinery but also represent a bloodline of the highest quality, coveted by ranchers and equestrian enthusiasts alike. Beyond the splendor of cattle and horses, the 6666 has diversified its income streams, a strategy that reflects the shrewdness and adaptability of its owners over the years. Oil production on its lands and mineral rights have added layers of prosperity to the ranch, demonstrating that its value resides as much on the surface as in the depths of its vast terrain. This combination of traditional agriculture and natural resource exploitation has ensured the ranch's longevity and economic relevance in the changing landscape of modern Texas. The year 2021 marked a momentous chapter in the 4 Sixes' illustrious history. In a twist that merged Old West mysticism with new Hollywood influence, the ranch was acquired by a consortium led by Taylor Sheridan. Sheridan, the mastermind behind the acclaimed television series Yellowstone, has breathed new life and unprecedented prominence into the ranch. The transaction, which exceeded $320 million, was not only one of the largest ranch sales in recent history, but also cemented the 6,660 XS connection to popular culture, projecting its legacy to a global audience. This acquisition has generated considerable anticipation about the ranch's future, promising to maintain its status as an icon, not only of Texas but of the enduring legend of the American West. Babbitt Ranches, Arizona. The vast expanses of the Babbitt Ranches, exceeding 700,000 acres, majestically stretch across northern Arizona. Since their founding in the 1880s, this impressive tract of land has been carefully managed by the same family, a lineage that has kept the ranching tradition alive for over a century. The essence of their operations lies in raising Hereford cattle, animals that thrive in free-range grazing, feeding on the natural richness of the grasslands. With a herd of around 5,000 head, Babbitt Ranches are not only a testament to large-scale ranching, but also a living example of a deep and lasting commitment to practices that transcend mere productivity. What truly distinguishes Babbitt Ranches in the modern ranching landscape is their unwavering adherence to the principles of sustainable ranching and integrated land management. It's not just about raising cattle, but doing so in a way that honors and preserves nature's delicate balance. Their operating philosophy is based on a multi-outcome decision-making model, a sophisticated approach that seeks to harmonize a diversity of values. In every choice, in every step they take, Babbitt Ranches carefully weigh organizational impacts, ensuring internal cohesion and efficiency. Simultaneously, they evaluate economic implications, seeking not only profitability but also the long-term viability of their operations. But their vision extends beyond mere figures and internal structure. A fundamental pillar of their model is the consideration of ecological values. This implies a deep understanding and respect for the ecosystems that sustain their ranches. From soil health to wildlife diversity, every decision is made with an awareness of its environmental footprint, seeking not only to minimize negative impact but actively foster the regeneration and flourishing of natural resources. This commitment to ecology is not an addition, but an intrinsic part of their identity, a recognition that the land is not just a means to an end, but a vital partner in their enterprise. Likewise, Babbitt Ranches decisively integrate community values into their equation. They recognize that their vast properties do not exist in a vacuum, but are an integral part of a broader social fabric. This translates into an active commitment to the well-being of local communities, whether through job creation, support for local initiatives, or collaboration on projects that benefit the region. Their success is measured not only by the health of their cattle or the profitability of their operations, but also by the positive impact they generate on the lives of the people residing nearby. This holistic approach has allowed them to transcend the traditional definition of a ranch, transforming into a model of how businesses can thrive while actively contributing to the health of the planet and the development of their communities. It is this comprehensive vision, this constant search for balance between productivity, ecology, and social well-being that has allowed Babbitt Ranches not only to maintain the prosperity of their lands for over a century, but also to set a standard for the ranching of the future. Diamond A Ranch, Arizona. The Diamond A Ranch, also known as Big Baquillas, proudly holds the title of Arizona's largest active cattle ranch. Its sheer size is truly astonishing, spanning approximately 750,000 acres, a surface area that defies imagination. To put it in perspective, its territory stretches about 75 miles, from the small town of Seligman to the very southern edge of the majestic Grand Canyon. This vast strip of land is not a homogeneous landscape. On the contrary, it harbors a diversity of ecosystems and landscapes that contribute to its natural richness and the life of its livestock. At the heart of this colossal ranch beats a cattle operation of considerable proportions. The Diamond A Ranch is home to an impressive herd of 6,000 cows and over 400 bulls, a number that reflects the scale of its commitment to producing high-quality beef. Each animal is carefully raised on the ranch's extensive pastures, where it benefits from the vast grasslands and the natural environment characteristic of Arizona. This rearing in such an extensive environment is fundamental to the quality and distinctive flavor of its meat. What further distinguishes the Diamond A Ranch is its strategic vertical integration. The cattle produced on this monumental ranch are not simply sold to third parties. In part, they directly supply the K4 brand's packaged beef platform. This collaboration includes the K4 Gourmet Beef and K4 Copper State Reserve lines, two products that directly benefit from the traceability and quality control offered by the ranch. This integration allows the Diamond A Ranch to have unprecedented control over every stage of the process, from when the cattle graze freely on its lands to when the meat reaches the consumer's plate. This pasture-to-plate philosophy is a fundamental pillar of its operation. By maintaining such strict control over every step, the ranch can guarantee the maximum quality and freshness of its products. They know exactly how the cattle have been raised, what they have eaten, and how they have been processed, which translates into premium beef that satisfies even the most demanding palates. The commitment to quality extends to all aspects of their business, from animal care to final packaging. The Diamond A Ranch is not just a cattle company. It is a testament to dedication to tradition and innovation. Its size, its focus on sustainable farming, and its vertical integration make it a role model in the industry. The vastness of its lands, the health of its cattle, and the quality of its products are a reflection of its legacy and its vision for the future. It is a ranch that not only produces meat, but also preserves a way of life and a commitment to excellence that extends for generations. Vermejo Park Ranch, New Mexico, Colorado. The vast and majestic Vermejo Park Ranch, owned by media mogul and philanthropist Ted Turner, is much more than a mere expanse of land. It is a testament to large-scale conservation, spanning approximately 550,000 acres, 220,000 hectares, across northeastern New Mexico and southern Colorado. This transcendent ranch is, in essence, a sanctuary for wildlife, a vibrant ecosystem where nature thrives in its purest state. Here, healthy populations of elk, deer, bison, and a myriad of other native species roam freely, a reflection of Turner's unwavering commitment to preserving the American West. Turner's philosophy for Vermejo is intrinsically dual, a bold vision that seeks to harmonize large-scale conservation with an unparalleled luxury tourism experience. It's not simply about protecting the land, but about inviting visitors to immerse themselves in its splendor, offering a unique opportunity to connect with nature in a pristine environment. The accommodations at Vermejo are high-end, designed to complement the grandeur of the landscape without detracting from it. Every detail is carefully considered to provide comfort and sophistication, allowing guests to relax and rejuvenate after a day of exploration. The outdoor activities offered at Vermejo are as diverse as the ranch itself. From the serenity of fishing in crystal-clear streams to the thrill of hiking through breathtaking mountain landscapes, every experience is designed to immerse visitors in the majesty of nature. Wildlife viewing is a central activity, where encounters with wildlife are common and memorable, offering an intimate perspective of the ranch's inhabitants. Whether tracking fresh elk prints, observing bison herds grazing on the prairies, or simply admiring the diversity of birds, every moment at Vermejo is a lesson in ecology and an invitation to wonder. The immensity of the ranch allows visitors to feel truly isolated from the hustle and bustle of the outside world, providing a refuge for contemplation and discovery. Vermejo Park Ranch stands as a preeminent example of how vast tracts of land can be managed with a purpose beyond mere production. It is an inspiring model that demonstrates it is possible, and indeed beneficial, to dedicate large areas of land not only to ranching activities but also, and crucially, to the protection of biodiversity and the sustainable enjoyment of nature. Turner's vision has transformed Vermejo into a bastion of conservation, a place where the legacy of the American West is preserved and celebrated for future generations, and where every visit contributes to maintaining this delicate balance between humanity and the environment. These 10 ranches, each with its own history and character, are much more than simple livestock operations. They are guardians of a heritage, engines of local economies, and custodians of vast landscapes that define the identity of the United States. Their legacy, forged in adversity and perseverance, continues to evolve, adapting to the challenges of the 21st century and ensuring that the spirit of the American West endures for generations to come. The vastness of the United States, with its plains, mountains, and deserts, has been the backdrop for the ranching epic. From pioneers who ventured into unexplored lands to current generations who manage herds and cultivate the land, the ranch has been a symbol of independence, self-sufficiency, and a deep connection to nature. These 10 ranches represent a cross-section of that rich history, each contributing uniquely to the collective narrative. Some may have been founded in the 19th century, with their first owners facing the harsh reality of the frontier, building fences by hand, and herding cattle under primitive conditions. Others may be more recent, but all share an unwavering dedication to the land and the way of life it sustains. Beyond the production of meat and other agricultural products, these ranches are guardians of an invaluable heritage. Each of them harbors traditions, knowledge, and skills that have been passed down from generation to generation. From the art of horsemanship and cattle herding to understanding the natural cycles of the land and the importance of conservation, ranches are living repositories of a culture that might otherwise fade. In their pastures and stables, you can feel the resonance of past stories, the bravery of cowboys, the resilience of ranching families, and the sacrifices made to forge a home in the wilderness. They preserve not only old buildings and historical tools, but also a way of life that embodies fundamental values such as hard work, honesty, and respect for the environment. They are living museums, where history breathes in every corner and the connection to the past is palpable. In addition to their role as cultural custodians, these ranches are vital engines of local economies. In many rural regions of the United States, ranches are the backbone of the community, providing jobs, supporting local businesses, and generating significant income. They hire cowboys, agricultural workers, and administrative staff, directly contributing to the economic stability of the surrounding areas. Their operations generate demand for veterinary services, agricultural equipment, fuel, and a myriad of other goods and services, creating a multiplier effect that benefits the entire community. Livestock fairs, rodeos, and other ranch-related events attract tourists and visitors, further boosting the local economy and fostering a sense of regional pride. In an increasingly globalized world, where large-scale production often overshadows the importance of local businesses, these ranches exemplify a model of sustainable economic development rooted in the community. The importance of these ranches also extends to their role as custodians of vast landscapes. Ranches often encompass significant land areas, and their owners have an inherent responsibility in managing and conserving these ecosystems. They actively work to protect water quality, preserve wildlife, maintain soil health, and sustainably manage natural resources. Often, they operate in harmony with local wildlife, understanding that the health of their herds and the prosperity of their ranches are intrinsically linked to the health of the surrounding environment. Many ranches participate in conservation programs, collaborating with government agencies and non-profit organizations to protect endangered species, restore habitats, and mitigate the impacts of climate change. In doing so, they not only safeguard biodiversity but also contribute to the resilience of the natural landscapes of the United States, ensuring they remain places of beauty and vitality for future generations. The legacy of these ranches, forged in adversity and perseverance, continues to evolve. Life on the ranch has never been easy. It has required unwavering dedication, constant adaptability, and an iron will to overcome challenges. From devastating droughts and brutal snowstorms to fluctuations in livestock markets and economic pressures, ranchers have demonstrated remarkable resilience throughout the centuries. Today, ranches face new challenges, such as climate change, increasing urbanization, and the need to adopt modern technologies. However, instead of rigidly clinging to the past, these ranches are demonstrating a remarkable ability to adapt to the challenges of the 21st century. They are incorporating new land management practices, using technology to optimize their operations, diversifying their income, and seeking innovative ways to ensure their long-term viability. This adaptability is key to their survival and to ensuring that the spirit of the American West, with its emphasis on independence, connection to the land, and perseverance, endures for generations to come. Ranches are not static relics of the past. They are dynamic entities that continue to shape the present and lay the groundwork for the future, ensuring that the legacy of ranching life remains a vibrant and essential part of America's identity.